Hello, everyone. I just wanted to take one moment to tell you how much I really do miss each and every one of you. Having online learning and distance education is definitely not what you guys signed up for. It's not what I signed up for, but here we are. And you guys are doing an amazing, amazing job. I wanted to go through this week's assignment with you so you understand what you will be expected to do. So, last couple of weeks, we have focused on dystopian learning and dystopian literature, as in what types of societies would you find in a dystopian story? What about the people? How are the landscapes, the settings, the ideas, and the themes? And you guys have done really well creating your own dystopian stories, analyzing stories that already exist, and really giving me some good ideas. This week, however, we're going to flip it around, and you guys are going to be looking at utopias. That, again, just like in the PowerPoint from week one, a utopia is the total opposite of a dystopia. If you have a dystopia where everything is chaotic and warlike and stressful, a utopia is a perfect paradise. So I definitely recommend for this week, you guys go back into the PowerPoint for dystopian literature and take a look at the notes for a utopia. So here's what you guys are going to do. When you go into the Canvas course, you're going to find two different things. You're going to find one that says the discussion. This is Remote Learning Lesson 9. The discussion question for this week is a video that you will watch. I will go ahead and click that open for you so you can see it. I made it easy this week where you don't really have to go anywhere besides Canvas. So here's your video right here. It is also available on YouTube if for some reason this does not work. You're going to watch this video. It's only a couple of minutes long, and you're going to answer these following questions. So you can do this after you watch the video or while you watch the video. Maybe watch the video a couple of times. What examples of utopia do you see presented in the video? I might recommend you going back to refresh on what a utopia is so you know what you will be looking for in the video. I need you to find at least 4 of them and identify them in complete sentences. After you identify at least 4 different examples of a utopia in this video, you're then going to explain to me how each example that you picked is considered valuable for humans to live in a perfect society. So in the video, as you can kind of see from the picture here, it looks very futuristic, maybe with flying cars. So maybe if you put down flying cars, how can that be considered valuable for people living in a perfect society? What makes it easy for them to live in that perfect society with a flying car? So I need at least 4 different examples and how each example is considered valuable. Again, if this does not work, it will be available on YouTube. So that's the first thing that you will be doing this week. Now, if I go back, next thing that you will be expected to do, down here at the bottom, it says Remote Learning Lesson 9, Creating Utopia. Guess what you're going to be doing? You, in your own creative minds, are going to be creating your own utopia. This is taken directly from, again, the PowerPoint notes. Recall what a utopia is. I'm going to put the definition right here, but it's also going to be available in the PowerPoints. So utopia really is that perfect paradise. Nothing goes wrong. It's a perfect society where seemingly everyone is happy. What you will be doing, your assignment is you will be designing your own utopia by answering all these questions below about your world. So you're not pulling from something that already exists. You're creating your own, what you think a utopia looks like. Please write these in complete sentences. You're going to create it either on a Word document or submit directly to the text box when you complete. You don't really need to upload anything else or download any kind of files. So the things that I am looking for in a utopia, in your utopia, what do the citizens or members of the society, who are they? How many are there? Is it only an elite certain amount of people? How do these people fit in? Do they all dress the same? Do they feel the same? Do they have the same ideas or the same jobs? What kind of rights will they have? Do they have all sorts of rights, or are they kind of restricted so everyone's happy? Think about the children in education. What are the children's roles in society? Are they just happy-go-lucky children who follow their parents' rules? How do they fit into society? Do they have a role they have to play? What about the system of education in your utopia? What do you consider as perfect education? Think about the economics, the work, and leisure. Again, leisure is when you kind of do your own happy, relaxing activities. Some might say golf is a leisure activity. Some might say that Playing Fortnite is a leisurely activity. So, what forms of currency, and that's money, does this society use? How is wealth distributed? Is everyone the same when it comes to economics? Are there still rich and poor, or is everyone equal? Who does the work? Does everybody work? Do only certain people work? And what does the day in the life of your inhabitants look like? Do they go to school? Do they go to work? Do they have after school activities? Do they have leisure time where they go and play golf on the moon? What do they do? So be creative with this. Science, technology, and the environment. Will you use technology in your utopia? Most people say yes. But does a utopia have to have technology? No, it does not. You don't need technology to live in a perfect society. So how will you determine yours? How will you dispose of waste? Is it the same thing that we have here, or do they have a more economical way of disposing of waste? Arts and the media. Who will control the media? When you think of media now, what do you think of? Social media, the news, newspapers, written articles. So who controls the media, and how are people getting information? Think about our world right now. Um, and arts. How will arts play a role in your utopia? Is there theater? Are there movies and film, poetry? Are there art galleries? How much does that play a role in your utopia? Some people say that arts are very important. Some people say that we could really live without them and it wouldn't matter. So think about that. I definitely know I have some students that really, really would go into detail about this idea of the arts. The physical structure. What do houses and buildings look like? Do they look like any kind of gated community now? Or do they look like something more futuristic with high rises and flying cars and these beautiful utopic places, kind of like Dubai? If you look at Dubai right now, it seems a bit utopic. What does the main space look like? How are communities designed? Is there a meeting place? Does everyone come together to spend time together? Are there concerts? Are there green spaces? Those types of things. Think about the community. How is it designed? We have law and order. What sort of system or systems will you need for those who break the law? If we have a perfect society, maybe not everybody is really truly perfect. How are those punished who are caught breaking rules? And how will you enforce the rules in your society? Will there be courts? Will there be trials? Will there be any of that? Or will there be execution? Think about that. What would control your society when it comes to legal action? We have the motto. This is very important. I wanted to make sure you guys knew what this meant. A motto is a short sentence or phrase chosen to demonstrate the beliefs guiding an individual, a family, or society. So think about our world today. What is one thing that we as Americans know? We know the slogan, "In God We Trust." So that is a motto that our nation has come up with. You guys will be creating a motto for your utopia. One that I actually pulled from is the one, "Strength through unity, unity through faith." That is actually pulled from a dystopian story called V for Vendetta. So it's actually not that great of an idea here, but you guys will be creating your own motto. What slogan or philosophy will motivate and inspire your citizens to be prideful of your society and practices? If you look all around the world today, a lot of countries or communities have their own personal slogans that the people live by. So you're going to give me one. It doesn't have to be any longer than a sentence or just a few words, but I want to know what your motto is for your personal utopia. And yes, like the other activities, I definitely want a picture, at least one picture of your utopian world, what it looks like. So I gave you a picture down at the bottom. This is just one I pulled offline, but it's an idea of what I'm looking for. A beautiful, shining place with families that are happy, with advances maybe in technology or in medicine, in community structures. Those are the types of things I'm looking for. This week, you guys gave me some really good pictures that really made me think. And I do want at least one photo that you guys submit that represents your utopia. You can absolutely give me more if you want, but at least one. Some people this week didn't give me a picture. I don't know if you forgot or just didn't notice it. Yes, you do need to give me a picture. There's one other thing that I am leaving optional for you if you want to include it, and that's down here. It is religion. You do not have to include this if you don't want to, but if you want to, I would like to know, in your utopia, what role does religion play? Is there religion? What freedoms or restrictions will you place on religious practices? Is everyone allowed to practice their own religion? Do they all only practice one religion? Is religion completely outlawed or forgotten? Think about that. I would like to know if you would want to add it in, you can. I would like to know your point on that. So, this is what you guys are doing. You're not writing a story. You are giving me your snapshot of your utopia. What will it look like? I want to know all these different elements of it and how creative you can really get with it. If you guys do have questions, obviously reach out to me. You're learning as you go. I'm learning from you. And I really think that you're getting some good stuff out of what we are doing as a unit. And I'm really, really proud of you guys. So I am here. I will send you out reminds this week. And you can also definitely make sure to look for updated announcements this week. You guys are doing a great job, and I will see you soon.